Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Off Key Online.
Today we have Vyoma and she will be joining us shortly.
Okay. Hi guys, I'm Vyoma and that's Sanya and that's Ravya and we're doing Off Key Online. I tried guys. Please don't put that fucking horrible.
Nice, but what have you been up to?
Dude, honestly, nothing right now. I'm planning to join the Teach for India Fellowship soon. So that.
Oh, that's cool. That is.
What have you guys been up to?
Catching up on stuff.
I think most of our lives have been consumed by this. And like talking to people and editing and all of that. And then beach mein if we get time, then we do other things, I think. But yeah, it's crazy, man.
It's good, man. Like I feel like people are really finding stuff to keep themselves busy with.
Yeah.
And which is good. But
what have you been doing to keep yourself busy?
Absolutely fuck all right now. Like I've literally not been doing anything. I mean, I've been watering my plants. If you see my room, I have like some 9 plants lying in my room now because I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something productive. I've been singing. I mean, singing and playing the guitar actually. Like, so I decided that I'm gonna pursue music professionally now. So,
wow.
Yeah, I have days where I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm gonna do stuff, prepare for this interview. But then there are days where I'm just like 13, 14 hours, I will not move from my bed and I'm just watching TV. But to be fair, I don't even mind it. Like I'm actually having like a good time. Like I'm surprised mentally I'm doing well-ish.
It's good to take that rest also because I don't think this is not like this time is not going to come back ever. Like we'll never be this free ever again. Free.
Yeah.
So it's good to take those days off and do nothing also. I think that's definitely important.
I agree for sure. Plus, like on social media, there's so much of like, and I mean, I do this as well. Like, oh, I made banana bread today. Oh, I'm making this. Oh, I'm making that. And so it's hard not to feel like an unproductive person. One, on a daily basis, even when there isn't a pandemic going on, like your life is so easily affected by social media and what people are doing on it. And so when you're like during a pandemic, when you're spending a majority of your time on social media and you see people being productive, I feel like I at least like there are days when I'll give myself shit like shit, I'm not doing anything. And then I'll just be like, no, take a step back. There's a fucking pandemic going on.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be doing anything. Like as long as just take care of yourself. And I think it's important to like not be too hard on yourself also. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like that external validation is also such an important aspect of like social media in general, especially.
Yeah. And like all of these like posts, like if you haven't done this by the time the lockdown ends, then you haven't achieved anything or you're just a failure, and it's very just like off-putting, to be honest. But do you miss Hong Kong?
Yeah, sometimes I miss like the independence and the freedom and like just being able to go out at any time of the night, especially living away for 4 years. Like coming back, it's adjustment. It's an adjustment. I'm sure you guys also would have felt the same thing, right? Like especially for me, nobody else was accountable for where I was. You know what I mean? I was doing my own thing.
Yeah.
And I guess now it's a little less of that and more of, but it's fine to an extent. Like I had to have a really hard conversation with my parents about like drawing certain boundaries, which I did in the last couple of days, and it was intense. But I think it's important, and they took it pretty well. Like it's important to understand that your kid is kind of grown up. Like what, I'm 23. You can't treat me like a 16-year-old now that I'm back home.
Yeah.
So, but of course, it's hard for a parent to hear that, man. Like, I can imagine, but it's important.
What did you say? What was it like? I'm curious.
Yeah, I'll tell you, like, it started out with this whole, like, so when I'm in Hong Kong, or even otherwise, I'm just the kind of person who wears very little clothes. I feel like it's just part of my identity now. Yeah, and like I'm so used to it. Like, it's just such a big part of my, like, who I am, because I really like it. Like, I think it looks hot. And secondly, I think, like, why should anybody else tell me what to wear? So even when I'm at home, there'll be certain comments about, oh, your shorts are too short, or like, why aren't you wearing a bra? And I'm just like, excuse me, I'm at home. This is non-negotiable for me. No one has the right to tell anybody what to do with their bodies. I think, give me the benefit of the doubt. I'm 23. I think I know what is appropriate to wear and in what position and what area, and it all depends on who I'm with. Like, especially as women, we're anyway so hyper vigilant all the time, no matter what we're doing. So I think saying that we're oblivious to what's going on around us is absolutely untrue, because I think we're all much more aware than men have to be. So I think I feel like all of us would be a decent judges of what is appropriate to wear and at what place. So that was my whole thing. Like, I know what to wear. If I'm going to the grocery store downstairs 10 feet away from here, I'm not going to bother wearing a bra. Like, I don't even have tits. Like, I don't need to wear a bra anyway. So, so like, I know where I'm inside a gated colony. I know nobody's gonna, like, even if something does happen, again, like, it's so important to not put the blame on, like, oh, she's not wearing a bra, or oh, she's not wearing, or she's wearing shorts or something. Like, it's just, yeah. So I think I made this, like, I had a very, very long, intense discussion with my parents. So honestly, like, I feel like it's just like these hard things that you need to say. Like, I had a solid crying session, dude. Like, 2-3 days, I was just crying, and like, but it helped for sure. Like, I think once you, like, set that boundary and just say, do not fucking tell me what to do about this, then I think it's fine. So that was like a big chunk of our conversation, which I'm glad, because now, I mean, it'll take time for them to adjust. They'll still see me, like, in shorts and be like, and I'm just like, don't, stay away. So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like even in Singapore, like, we were so, like, I never felt weird wearing like tiny clothes, and like I used to do it pretty often. And then, like, I think all of us had this kind of thought, like, when we were coming back from Singapore, that, oh, in India we won't be able to wear these clothes anymore, so like now we'll just have to, like, throw them away or some shit like that. Yeah, basically. I mean, it is like, to go out, you can't deny that, like, if you go out, you do sometimes tend to feel like you yourself feel like uncomfortable, people are staring at you as though, like, I don't know, some like person type of specimen that they've never seen in their life before. And it's such bullshit. And I get like, so like my blood starts to boil. Honestly, I want to go and punch them in the face. But I mean, I've never done that. So I think, like, even though I don't want to and I really don't like doing it, every time, like, I have to go out, I do like carry something, or like, just because, I mean, what else can you do? Like, even in Singapore, that this happened once. Like, I think with Sanya also, I don't know, but like with me, like with all of us, I think like we've been like followed, and like people are like always like, catcalling and stuff. And this happened in Singapore also. And actually, that was a more scary experience than what has ever happened in India to me. Because, like, I think I have never been in that position for it to happen to me in India, because like I'm already taken,
Prepared.
I'm not like walking around in the night or like, anything. But then when it happens in a place like Singapore, you get even more like freaked out. Like, if it can happen here, it can be so much worse in like Delhi. So, I mean, it's crazy.
No, like, for sure. Even I've gotten a lot of comments like, oh, so you're not wearing a t-shirt today, you've come out in a bra. And I was like, yeah, whatever. But I think it's important even in Delhi, like, one, like what you said, I think even as much as I wouldn't want to carry a jacket or a sweater, if I'm taking public transport, even if I'm not, if I'm driving around at night, I will make it a point to have a jacket or a shawl or something to cover it up, even though I'm relatively safe in my
Yeah.
car. And even if I'm going out to a club or something, or like going out just for dinner or drinks or something, I'll wear a jacket on top, zip it up, and then go there and open it. Because I feel like
Hmm.
inside it's still relatively, it is safer. And also I think it's important to give not only the people who work there but the people around you, it's important to expose people to stuff and make and to normalize it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
so I feel like of course it's a very fine like line, and it's a very like it's very, really need to figure out where that line is of, okay, this is where it's appropriate for me to be and wear what I'm wearing,
Hmm.
and where it's just like, okay, it's unsafe for me to wear what I'm wearing. Like, I think it's important to distinguish between like, okay, this is where I have to prove a point versus this is where I need to take care of myself. And I think I feel like what Ravya was saying, dude, like if you're going somewhere at night, you will carry a jacket. I think we're all pretty good judges of
Yeah.
where we need to cover up and where we
Yeah.
need to, where we can just do whatever, you know?
Yeah, and we're like old enough to understand. Like we're not kids
Yeah,
anymore, so we know.
for
Like
sure.
I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna walk around like in the middle of the night in like my underwear and be like,
Exactly.
This is fine, whatever." Like if I wanted to, if I really wanted to, then okay, maybe I would do it. But like in my head, I also know that it's not safe to do it, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
Like as
Well,
right, like as much as anybody should be able to, right? Like do whatever they want. I feel like society isn't like that. We
Hmm.
kind of have to take these precautions.
yeah,
So
Yeah, I think
yeah,
for me it's more like I'm at a stage where I don't want to um like leave the house wearing whatever I want to, because it's too much of a this thing, like now you have to fight and now you have to be like no and you have to take your stand. So I've been in a phase where I'm just like I'm just not going to get into all of that. But now I think I'm starting from home. Like for example, if I'm wearing really tiny shorts, or if I'm like walking around with a bra, without a bra, or if I'm wearing a white t-shirt without a bra, then even like my younger brother, he's like, "Can you wear some more clothes?" And I'm just like, "No, why do you want me to wear more clothes?" So I'm trying to like start from home, where I'm trying to make them feel like it's not a big deal, and then move out of my own home, because now I'm trying to make it comfortable for me also. Because
yeah, no, for sure, dude. I feel like it'll just like baby steps, even like with stuff like drinking or smoking or staying over with, or like having friends stay over, or having like guy friends stay over.
yeah,
I think it's just like the boundaries that I've been pushing have been, and this is like a whole scheme that's been in motion since both me and Udbhav have been in school. Like every couple of days, like you just keep pushing the boundary a little further, right? And that's how, because everyone's like, whoa, your parents are like quite chill compared to like, and I'm just like, bro, they weren't like this. This is, you constantly disappoint them to an extent. They're just like, okay, cool.
it's like you're not hiding anything from them. You want to be transparent also. So like you take
Yeah,
steps towards the fact that they're going to be okay with this sooner or later.
yeah.
Like ever since I've known you or known of you, or I don't know what the right thing would be to say, but you've always been very confident in your own skin. Like is that something you
Thanks, man.
developed over time, or is that something that was ingrained in you since the beginning? Like, how does that work? Because
Oh,
I'm very fascinated by this whole thing. I'm just like, I wish I could be more like that.
yeah. Same.
I actually, thanks, guys. That's actually really sweet. But Sanya, I remember like this very, like this comment that you said something to me in school, and I always felt like really nice about. Like you, were one of the first people who said that. I really, really admire your confidence. Like in school, I remember this very clearly. I think behind like one of the art wala areas, I remember having this conversation. I felt really nice. But I think for me, it started out as like a defense mechanism. Like just as like a, like, because I feel like everybody has insecurities, right? Like
Mm.
about so much stuff. And I think when you realize that and then you start putting your insecurities out there, they sort of lose that power over you. Like for the longest time I was so insecure about my bum, because since school, since childhood, since I was in the 7th grade, or even like before that, I've been hearing stuff like the ass is so big, you got a huge bum, like look at that, whatever. And I think I was so conscious of it to the point where I wouldn't even wear shorts and stuff. So I think once I started, just, you know, the more people also think you don't give a fuck about what they're saying, the less they will stop saying, the less they will say stuff, and the less it'll bother you also. Like, so I guess it's just a different kind of empowering for me to just do whatever the fuck I want, like on social media or even otherwise. Like, you know, I think one, it puts out a message to people that look, I don't give a fuck about what you're saying, even though to a point, like, that is like, yeah, that is the kind of image that you want to portray. But I think, like, I don't know if I can explain it properly, but like, the more you tell people or show people that I don't give a fuck about what you say, and I'm just doing this for me, the more people will, the more, like, yeah, like what I said, like, the more you'll also be like, fuck it doesn't matter what these people are saying.
Also, like, I don't know if you guys feel this, like, but I definitely, like, feel like whenever I meet someone after, like, a long time, the first thing they somehow do is, like, comment on if I've become fat or thin. I don't know, I just feel like that also in some way, like, enforces this thing that, you know, the first thing someone's noticing about you is, like, your body, and then they're, like, putting all these, you know, things into your own head that maybe you haven't like noticed yet, you haven't realized.
Yeah. To me personally, I don't think I'm the kind of person who would ever comment on someone's body, because, like, being someone who grew up with so many insecurities, and I just think, and I saw a post somewhere that said, if someone can't change anything within like 5 minutes, don't tell them about it. Like, don't bring it up. Like, if it's something like, oh, you have something in your teeth, then obviously please tell me if I have something in my teeth. You know, people say a lot of stuff that, one, I think, obviously it does hurt people, because we're all so used to this idea of what beauty and perfection should be. But I think that is also so important to get away from that. Like, you know, the whole idea that I need to have flawless skin to look good, or I need to be thin to look good, or I need to be to have certain waist, I need to have a certain, like, physique to look good. Like, no, like, you know, if someone says to me, so whenever, like, and I get this a lot, like, oh, you become fat, because my body weight just fluctuates a lot based on how I'm exercising, how I'm eating. So if someone says that to me, then I'm just like, objectively, yeah, like, have I become fat? Yeah, of course. But, you know, I think just taking a step back and consciously making that, just thinking that, yeah, objectively, it isn't a bad thing to be fat. I think it's so important, like, you know, to tell yourself and tell other people around you that, yeah, okay, I've become fat, or I've become thin, or whatever. Like, you know, I don't think it's important. I think it's time to, like, move past what a person looks like. I mean, of course, it's important, but just, you know, let people be, man, and let people, like, because people are like, you know, if you fucking think you're beautiful, that's all that matters. It's normal. Like, it's not even about, oh, this person is being so brave. No, this person is being normal. Like, you know,
not brave. Like, it's just you accepting yourself, and that's not something that you should have ever not done in the first place, right?
It's to just normalize just being normal. I don't even know.
But it's been, like, awesome talking to you, Vyoma. Thank you so much for being on Off Key Online.
I didn't even realize that I was like, oh, it was so nice, man. Like, I'm serious. Like, I can't wait, guys. Let's actually properly chill when this is done.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much. Stay safe. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. Yes. Stay safe. Bye-bye. Wait, do we need to do an intro? Like, hi guys, I'm Vyoma. Welcome to like, my excuse for everything is pandemic chal raha hai, kuch nahi hota.
I remember, like, this one top of mine, Sanya, like, picked up, and she goes like, is this a hanky? And I'm just like, how does this happen? How does this work?
No.
So, I'm not going to put this video, but
oh my god, yes. You guys made, like, aloo ki sabzi and everything, and I was like, wow, you guys are, like, proper living like adults. This is a full functioning household.
Okay, we are back to the timer.
Good job.
I tried.